Rosboro and the people here, we really pride ourselves on being a solid bedrock part of the local community. We take a lot of pride in the way that we take care of the land around us and the way that it in turn takes care of us. The products we make here ensure the most efficient use of every bit of wood fiber that's recovered from those trees. Nothing is thrown away, nothing goes to waste, it's all used beneficially. Every acre of forest that's harvested to create these products is immediately replanted, and 20 or 30 years from now will be your children's homes.
Located in Oregon's lush Willamette Valley and surrounded by millions of acres of productive forest land, Rosboro is North America's largest producer of glulam beams. Founded over 100 years ago, we have a long and successful history of adapting to the needs of our customers through creativity and innovation.
There's a lot of experience here. There's a lot of tenure and knowledge, and there's not a lot of layers of management. So we've been able to take information, take feedback from the market, and put it into real world experience and make it happen.
We've always encouraged our employees to ask the question, why do we do it this way, and can we do it better? And that is something that makes Rosboro very different than most of the other places. That's the reason we exist today. Our flagship product, the X-Beam, is a result of that. We were the only one at that point that went to making full framing with laminated beams, and we still are the only one today.
Our vertically integrated production model turns logs into finished beams. This unique approach enables us to provide the construction industry with the most cost-effective beams and headers in the market, including our flagship X-Beam, the industry's only full framing with architectural glulam.
Our ability to source the whole sort of logs saves us on the raw material level. Our ability to move those logs to different sawmills to produce the most efficient use for the lumber side adds to the bottom line. Those lam stock transfers go to 3 different glulam plants, all of them specializing in a different way of producing. All of that leads to the lowest cost finished good delivered to our customers.
The integrated operation includes 5 production facilities at 2 campuses located approximately 25 miles apart. In Springfield, harvested timber is delivered to the centralized log yard. Logs are scaled and graded to proprietary specifications and are then sorted and staged for production. This sorting allows Rosboro to purchase full stands of timber. Sorted logs are introduced into 2 sawmills, one for large logs and one for small logs, that produce specialty lamination feedstock as well as stud and dimension lumber. The stud mill is optimized to process small diameter and short logs, producing 2x4 and 2x6 studs in 8, 9, and 10-foot lengths, and supplementing lam stock supply when needed. We have made significant investments in recent years to update this mill's capabilities, which is now able to process a wide variety of small diameter logs and prioritize lumber lengths as market demands shift. Lumber from the stud mill is processed on the number 2 planer, where the lumber is finished to the appropriate size, graded, and sorted prior to being packaged for shipment. The dimension mill processes larger logs and is the primary source of the company's lam stock supply. This mill was completely refurbished in 2015 and is capable of expanding production as the company grows. The dimension mill produces 2x4 through 2x12 random length lam stock and dimension lumber. Lam stock and any lumber to be sold dry is processed through the company's on-site dry kilns. The process is carefully monitored and controlled to ensure lam stock is dried to the ideal specification for glulam production. Lam stock cut at the dimension mill is processed by the number 1 planer, where the lumber is finished to the appropriate size, graded, and sorted before being transferred to the glulam plants. The dimension mill production that is not intended for use as lam stock is processed on our newly installed supplemental planer line to be sold as dimensional lumber. Over 90% of the lamb stock needed for Roseboro's glue lamb production is internally sourced through this integrated model. The company's high-volume glue lamb plant is co-located at Springfield and primarily produces stock X-beam. Here, the lamb stock is finger jointed and glued into billet lengths, laid up into pre-engineered recipes, glued and pressed into beams, and then planed, sanded, and finished. This plant has the ability to produce 4, 6, and 8-inch widths at a variety of depths and is the highest volume press in our fleet. The fixed-length press is extremely efficient at producing long-length beams that are most suitable for wholesale distribution. Just across the valley is the Vaughan facility, which houses 2 additional glue lamb plants that provide the company with flexibility and capacity to round out the broad suite of laminated timber products that our customers demand. The Vaughan glue lamb plant has the flexibility to efficiently produce a wide mix of widths, depths, and lengths in large quantities. This plant provides Rosboro with nimble manufacturing of high volumes of non-standard beams. Our custom plant, acquired and upgraded in 2019, produces special order beams that have unique widths, depths, lengths, camber, layup, species, and finishes. This provides Rosboro customers with a one-stop shop for anything, from a rail car of 60-foot X-beam to a specialty package of bespoke beams and everything in between. One call does it all. Rosboro is a business focused on delivering innovative and cost-effective wood products paired with unmatched service and support. There's no other glue lamb manufacturer in North America that matches Rosboro in technical expertise, proactive customer support, product breadth, and logistical assistance, making Rosboro the only outfit that can fully support the wholesale distribution network in North America. Like we always say, if you're not working with Rosboro, you're working with second best.